this is closed. The windows are for so far open. My harness is secure. I hope your harness is secure too. Left up, right down, right, left down, aft, forward, and the rudder at least audible that it's moving. Idle, normal, all down. All the circuit breakers are in. It's off, all off. Automatic, not broken. Okay, level, sync 0. This is armed. Okay, let's just power the system. The caution lights are all. And then we can also do a cycle on that. They're all working. And we still have the 20 gallons, so that's good. And that was 102. 3. I already set it there probably. 023. 1023. Before start checklist. So the GoPro, the audio and the screen is recording. The ballast is as required. I also added that item. The external inspection is completed. The rear door is closed and the canopy is closed. The rudder pedals are adjusted for me. The flight controls are correct, full and free. The seat belts are locked. The emergency fuel valve is on normal. The power lever is on idle. The parking brake is set. The alternate air is pushed in. The alternate static is closed. The circuit breakers are all in. All electrical switches are off. The engine master is off. The ECU swap is on automatic. The annunciator panel was tested. The fuel quantity was checked. 20 gallons, that's plenty enough. We'll more or less use maximum 5 gallons today. The ATIS was obtained. The clearance will be obtained after start, and the hops meter will be noted. The before start checklist is complete. Next will be the after start checklist. Strobe lights go on. Left and right is clear. This is on idle. Engine master goes on. We are going to wait till the glow is on, and then we'll wait till it extinguishes. And it extinguished. Left and right is clear. Prop clear. Alright, how do you read?
Good, 5.
Alright, I read you 5 too. So we have started the timer for the 2 minutes.
Okay.
And then the after start checklist. The oil pressure was checked. The annunciator panel engine is checked. The oil temperature and the coolant temperature is still in the yellow. Otherwise everything is as expected. Warm-up timer is started, and just for all the levels are checked and the noise cancelling started, so after start checklist is complete. And it's also for the CT and the OT, there was a note that even if it's in yellow, that's fine. Yeah. Okay, so let's do the ECU test. ECU A, B, ECU B, so now it's on the A. Okay, now it's on the B. Okay, that's all good. Then ECU swap to B. That's also good. So back to automatic.
November 3, Niner,
The flaps we can put back to takeoff. Checking visually that it's moving. Good. Then before taxi checklist.
The P2.
And the P2 test, yes. That's good. And the amperage.
From Charleroi to Charleroi via Spa.
Good. So before taxi checklist, the P2 heat was checked, the ECU test was completed, the ECU swap is back at automatic, all instruments are checked and set for departure, flaps checked and then on takeoff position, and the briefing. So I fly a Diamond DA40, will make a normal takeoff from runway 06, I will rotate 55, initial climb 66. Then at 400 feet we will do the flow and accelerate to 73 knots. If something happens during the takeoff roll, then I call stop, we stop, advise ATC. If something happens after rotation, then I pull the nose, aim at 70 knots, landing flaps, and land on the remaining runway. If you are too far out, then we will seek a field 30 degrees within the axis and there perform a forced landing.
Okay.
So otherwise, weather and everything we have already discussed in the port cabin, everything is good. Quite windy, but mostly in the axis. In Cerfontaine it's gonna be more of an issue because there it's gonna be more or less exact crosswind. So we'll adjust accordingly. And that's it for me. And yeah, the special of the day, first flight with the Diamond DA40, so definitely something new for today. The briefing was completed before taxi checklist is complete. Charleroi Grand, Foxtrot Golf Uniform Papa Lima, good afternoon.
Foxtrot Golf Uniform Papa Lima, good afternoon.
Foxtrot Golf Uniform Papa Lima with information Quebec received requesting taxi for a local VFR flight, duration 1 hour 5 minutes, exiting the zone via Sierra Echo at 2000 feet.
Foxtrot Papa Lima, QNH 1026, taxi to Sierra 1.
QNH 1026, taxi to Sierra 1, Foxtrot Golf Uniform Papa Lima. Taxi lights. Brake released, we start rolling. I check the brakes, my brakes are available. I will ask you after we have...
If when you check your brakes it's not working, what do you do?
If it's not working, I definitely turn off the engine.
Yeah, because you can't turn. The rudder is ineffective at slow speed, and your brakes are not effective. So you can only go in front of you, straight forward, and you have an aircraft in front of you. Directly switch off the engine, master switch. So the engine will stop. So at least it will decrease the damage on your aircraft and the other one.
Say again for Foxtrot Bravo Papa.
And if it's in that position, it's climbing, so you go in the grass.
Yeah.
It will stop the aircraft.
1384 Roger, contact tower 121.305, bye bye.
But on this aircraft, yeah, as it's difficult to maneuver it on the ground at slow speed, directly not working. Okay, switch off.
Yeah, when you have some speed, then it's okay.
It's easier to control.
Yeah. Still some getting used to it, that it's not like a direct response like in the Sonaca when you have nose wheel steering.
Foxtrot Papa Lima, when ready for departure, contact tower 121.305, au revoir.
Tower 121.305, thanks, bye bye, Oscar, Foxtrot Golf Uniform Papa Lima. Canopy and doors are closed and secured, flight controls full and free, trim is set for takeoff, flight instruments are checked, engine instruments checked in the green, flaps are on takeoff, there is no change in briefing. After departure, we'll make a right turn towards Sierra Echo and climb to 2000 feet. Before takeoff checklist is complete.
You see on some aircraft the engine warning remains on sometimes by mistake. Push.
Delta Papa Whiskey, the traffic is just
and normal,
at your
and it's the
okay.
I don't like to fly because if you really have an issue, you don't see it. So it's better to clear it.
Charleroi Tower, Foxtrot Golf Uniform Papa Lima, good afternoon, holding at Sierra 1 runway 06, ready for departure.
Fox Golf Uniform Papa Lima, line up and wait runway 06.
Line up and wait, runway 06, Fox Golf Uniform Papa Lima. Taxi lights, release.
Fox Golf Hotel Golf Zulu, resume the navigation to the target.
Navigation to target, Fox Golf Zulu.
Fox Golf Zulu, contact Brussels Control 128.2.
And approach is free.
Foxtrot Papa Lima, wind 05, increase 10 knots, maximum 15, runway 06, clear for takeoff, report Sierra Echo.
Runway 06 cleared for takeoff, we'll report Sierra Echo, Foxtrot Golf Uniform Papa Lima.
Entered runway 06.
Okay, alt is on, landing lights are on, and then takeoff I have control,
timer started, and
Center 66,
power
Quebec
goes
Bravo,
in.
continue descent to 3000 feet.
Power set and the power checked. 55.
Delta Bravo Whiskey, maintaining 2000 on QNH 1026.
Delta Papa Whiskey, Roger, maintain 2000 feet maximum. There is traffic, which is a 737.
Okay, 400 above.
Up to you.
Speed
The
is
traffic,
checked.
737
Flaps
is 1000
up.
feet above you.
Roger.
Let's go a bit more to the right.
Wind 06, increase 11 knots, maximum 16, runway 06, clear to land.
6 clear to land, right now for Whiskey Romeo.
Coming up on 2000. Okay, and we can go to 70 load, which is the cruise power.
The tricky thing on this aircraft is you have to think about fuel transfer.
Yes.
When you do navigation, if you are doing, like today, a flight of 1 hour 30 minutes, you have to think. Maximum 5 USG
Maximum
imbalance,
5, yeah.
otherwise you can't
Yeah.
land.
And so we are actually, so we are always using the main, so that's the left.
Yep.
So in theory we could already transfer a bit because the left is less.
Yeah.
Yeah, the stick is much heavier than in the Sonaca, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's less reactive, and, but which give you smooth input
Yeah,
to turn, to climb. It's more like a limousine flying. And,
Foxtrot Papa Lima, passing Sierra Echo, clear to leave the frequency, bon vol.
Clear to leave the frequency. Foxtrot Papa Lima.
For now, we will proceed close to Cerfontaine, Lac de l'Odeur. We will remain north of Lac de l'Odeur to do some airworks.
Alright, 3000 coming up. And I will already pull back to 50 because that's fine to start all the maneuvers. And then we can do a HASELL check.
Okay.
So our height is more than 2000 feet above the ground, so it's more than sufficient to recover from all the maneuvers which we are going to be doing today. The airframe is in clean condition, so that's good for what we will do at the beginning at least. It's a safety, so the harnesses are secure, nothing is going to fly around, and we are anyway not going to do negative G maneuvers. The engine parameters are all in the green. The location, plenty of fields around, no large cities, so it's a safe area to do maneuvers. And the lookout, we can do a clearing turn, so like 90 degree to the left, 90 degree to the right, maybe.
Okay.
So I will do 90 to the left.
Don't forget also upper side and lower side.
Upper side and lower side?
Maybe we have aircraft above us and
yeah.
below us.
Maybe I will make a turn around because it's not the best direction with the sun glare to start doing things.
Okay.
But for visibility this is a better direction.
Yes.
Okay. So what do we start with? Clean stall?
Okay.
Okay, so I will just go idle, keep the altitude until the stall horn, and then I recover by forward when the wings are unstalled, full power, recover the altitude. Okay, so we go idle, and I will try to keep 3100, maintaining the altitude.
Information, Papa Hotel, Bravo, Whiskey, good afternoon.
Yeah.
Okay, we can do the stall in approach configuration.
Yep. Just let me stabilize.
Yes.
Okay, so approach configuration, that means we go flaps take off and the speed is checked. And then we will make a 25-degree turn, idle, and then the usual recovery.
Yeah, you can maintain the turn.
Yeah. Okay, so we bank. 25-degree, idle, and maintaining altitude with 25-degree.
Don't forget to look outside. Huh?
Yeah.
Because it's the idea, in fact, of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
stall. You are looking outside, turning for your runway, for example, and forgetting about your speed. And then we have approach to stall. So now you have to install. Pause now, power, and wings level. Okay.
And let's climb back to 3000.
The clean stall, it's the only stall we go in a real stall, and
Yeah,
the rest is
yeah,
approach
yeah,
to stall. So 3 seconds of the horn,
sound, yeah.
we can consider
Okay,
we are
okay.
in a stall.
And then now we climb back to 3000. Alright, 3000.
Okay.
We can clean up. And we can pull back the power. There is quite some thermals today.
Yep. So now we will do a spiral dive.
Spiral dive. Huh?
So, for example, it's your house there, and you would like to say hello to someone you know on the ground. So you put the wings, and then you look at the house, and you let the aircraft doing what he wants.
Yeah.
And then you pull, and then you say, oh, yeah, no, it's not working. So you span. So you put the wings level.
Yeah, and I would also pull power.
And you manage the power, because you can have a really high speed or a low speed.
Yeah.
So it's a speed management, and then when you are back on the correct speed, you can put full power to continue to climb to your altitude. But first, nose down, install the wings if necessary. So nose down, wings level, and power to go back to your altitude.
Alright, 3000. I'm going to make a turn to the left because otherwise we'll be very overhead Cerfontaine.
It's just there.
Yes, I have it visual.
Okay, when you are stabilized and you have your heading, you can do steep turn. One on the left, one on the right.
Yeah. Okay, so we can enter it with 50, and then I will add some power when we start the turn. As in the books.
Don't forget to look outside. I know today the horizon is not very clean, but okay. Look, so you can see
where it should
remember
be.
your nose attitude. And then when you feel, you can go to 45 degrees. Continuing the turn and maintaining altitude. Voilà, you have to pull.
Perfect, November 425.
I'm going to continue beyond the north because now I'm in a quite stabilized position. And we didn't start the 45 there, so...
Okay, and if you want, you can go
I will roll
on 60.
out. Yeah.
Oh, you roll out, okay.
I will do a 60 afterwards.
Okay.
Okay, and then we'll do the same to the right.
Yeah, look, the nose is too high. That's up, a bit too low, and that's a better, a bit higher. Yeah, that's a good position.
Okay, I will get out. Okay, good. Now let's then do one more to the left, and now we'll go to 60. So left and right is still clear.
How many G's are we
2.
taking? Good. Don't let the nose drop. Pull.
Okay. Let's do it on the other direction too. Okay, right.
No. Better on the left.
Yeah.
It's F16.
Where? Ah, okay. So best glide 70. And we traded some speed for, and then trim for that 70. Okay, in clean 73, but okay. then I check it's on normal position. Normally I would check maximum power, assume that's not working.
Okay.
Then I would do fuel transfer, check the fuel status. I would go ECU B, and then I would try to reset the ECU by putting off and on.
Yes.
Then I would still try the emergency, transfer the fuel, so directly getting from the auxiliary. If all this doesn't work, then I go back ECU A, automatic. Then I do 7700, Mayday, 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 Foxtrot Golf Uniform Papa Lima, just west of Lac de Leur at whatever, we'll make an emergency landing. And then we continue. I would close the fuel, I would idle, then the engine master off, and then I would continue with the landing. So the wind is from straight on, so that's the direction we would land, and then there is plenty of fields. We are right now still 2000 feet above, so we are still 500 feet from the high key. Then I would make a turn to the left and get a bit parallel on one of the longer fields. So I will put those on the right, one of the longer green. They're not exactly into the wind, but they are the longest. Okay, now we are 1005. I would take the field under the right wing. Okay, now we are more or less parallel, so I would go flaps take off.
Juliet Tango Romeo Whiskey, good afternoon.
When you do your checks, don't forget you also have your
ELT on, yes. When I do the Mayday, then the ELT on, yes. Okay, we are still quite high, and you made the exercise at a much more reasonable height than last times. And then that longer one I might already go full flap check, because we are still very high and the fields are very long, so there would be plenty of...
you can go S.
Yes. So like there, where the field starts between the two trees, that would be made perfectly fine. So go around?
Or you can continue.
Okay.
To see if you are doing the field correctly. Well, we are still 1005, so it's okay. And also don't forget, so when everything is set, you have...
Yes, when the flaps are set, then the master goes off.
Okay.
And with your canopy also open.
Okay. So yeah, we have the two fields if necessary. We have people to help us. Okay, you can go around there.
Okay. And full power, and when it's horizontal, then flaps take off, and then 66, we are climbing out. And a bit of right rudder.
Brussels information, Foxtrot Juliet Tango Romeo.
More than 70, so we can also go flaps clean.
And you can proceed in the direction of Cerfontaine. Okay, now we have smoke in the cabin. What do you do?
Okay, so smoke in the cabin, immediately the heat off. And then avionics off. And the engine we keep, we open the emergency window. And then we land as soon as possible. And then, yeah, that's it, right? And close those.
You have to close,
yes,
and open the window to have fresh air.
Yeah, but that I said, the window, yeah.
And to something else, the last, you have done memory items then, what do you do? And you can take the checklist to confirm what you did.
Yes.
So you did all the memory items,
I'm going to
and
do
then
that.
it's not a very urgent situation, but it's a memory checklist. Then you cross-check, you well done the checklist. We can do unusual attitude if you want.
Yes. Okay.
Ready?
Yes, eyes closed.
I have control. You have control.
Oscar Papa Echo Golf, ground information. Hello. Oscar Papa Echo Golf has just entered Brussels airspace over at Meer, 2000 feet on a VFR flight from Seppe to Antwerp. Request flight information services.
So it was a tricky one because the flaps was on, but we don't go above 1. So I was ready in case. Yeah, normally we don't do that, but okay.
Yeah.
If you have, it's not the first thing you check, the flap setting, but yeah, we have flaps. So also don't forget to check quickly the configuration.
Yes.
That's okay. I have control. Another one.
Control. Yes, eyes closed.
3,000 feet. Okay, we are here. You have control.
Quebec Delta, QNH 1026. For information, share bus is active.
1026, copy on activity, Oscar Quebec Delta.
Okay, down to the right because we have Cerfontaine just in front of us.
Yep.
So it's okay, huh? It's first nose down to decrease the angle of attack, wings level, and then manage the power. Okay, do you want to... Oh, we can do a stall in landing configuration because it was not now.
Yes, we can do that.
And then if you want to do other exercises, you can.
Turn a bit more to the right for visibility.
Yes.
Also to have a lookout, but we have to do a deployment sequence with the flaps, so have to slow down. Speed check for flaps takeoff.
Correction 5-2 and 5-3 will be complete, and thereafter some short pass. Request to proceed for the next.
Okay, speed check for flaps landing. Then we go on a slightly descending. And then I go idle.
Will be in Dutch airspace, also in contact with.
Then at one point we'll stall.
You can maintain altitude to make it easier to stall. So you can approach to stall, trees gone.
Okay.
We are heading back to Namur. We'll need to orbit just for calibration purposes. Is there any traffic in the vicinity?
For the time being, no observed traffic in the vicinity, sir.
Alright, thank you very much. We are at 2007.
And 3000. There is one more that we can do and we didn't do, and that's stall in takeoff configuration.
Okay, we can do it if you want.
So let's slow down. So I will go to 20, and we also have to go to takeoff.
Takeoff.
So takeoff flaps are already done. Now I will just maintain the altitude. And then I will slowly pitch up to 10 degrees.
Northwest 6 nautical miles, same as.
Okay, and under 70. Okay.
His direction.
Okay, speed is under control. Go up. Okay, that's all good. We don't have to go higher.
This is one type of stall you can have during takeoff. You put power and the nose is going up, so you stall. Or you are taking off, but with a low power.
Yes.
And you don't put the power and you don't pay attention to the power, you are distracted. And you climb with 10 degrees, and at the moment you are stalling.
Yeah.
So it's the same. So the same action, so directly, nose down, power, right foot.
Yeah.
We have the speed.
And then up.
Go up. Positive rate. Person.
Yeah.
Okay, you have control.
I have control. And we can descend to 2000 feet and go back, I guess. Foxtrot Golf Uniform Papa Lima, request frequency change to Cerfontaine.
Foxtrot Golf Uniform Papa Lima, frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved. Thank you, Foxtrot Golf Uniform Papa Lima. Okay, then switch, and this goes to 7000. Cerfontaine Radio, Foxtrot Golf Uniform Papa Lima, good afternoon, 2 minutes to the north. For Tachenko is requesting aerodrome information.
Foxtrot Papa Lima, Cerfontaine, good afternoon, runway 12 in use, 12 left or 12 right, at your discretion. For information, we have glider activity on the runway 12 left.
12 left and right, active glider activity on 12 left, and we will then use 12 right. We'll join the right hand downwind for 12 right at the beginning of the downwind. Foxtrot Golf Uniform Papa Lima. We have now tailwind, so on approach we'll have wind from the left. Okay, now we are perpendicular to the runway. We'll pass across the axis, and then we'll turn direct to downwind. And we can already descend to 1009. Okay, 1009, 50% for the downwind. Okay, that's good enough for me.
Yes.
Yeah. Foxtrot Papa Lima, beginning of right hand downwind for 12 right, touch and go. We should put the nose a bit to the right because of the wind from the right. A beam. So the speed is check, flaps take off. QNH is set as far as we are aware. And it is ballooning much more than the Sonaca.
Now we can do a little bit fuel transfer to avoid to be too much empty on the one side.
Okay, that's a good place to turn to base. Foxtrot Papa Lima turning base 12 right, touch and go.
You will feel gliding a lot with this plane, even with idle.
Speed check, flaps, and already set 20% power.
And you can cut off fuel transfer.
Fuel transfer is off. And we'll aim at 70 knots approach speed. The approach path is free. Okay, landing lights are still on. That's a mistake. Foxtrot Papa Lima, final runway 12 right, touch and go. Came a bit diagonal for the final, but we are a bit low. Okay. Speed is good.